Popular documentaries like Teen Torture Inc. and The Program are raising awareness of the trauma thousands of kids experienced during their time at behavioral boarding schools. One of the survivors includes a Sapulpa native who is just recently able to finally discuss what has impacted his mental health to this day.
I'm a Bethel boy.
Today, John Moody is an advocate for change after enduring years of abuse, he says, from the staff at Bethel Boys Academy in Mississippi.
A child is supposed to have a bad day, you know. If you had a bad day there, you're going to have a real bad day.
At 12 years old, Moody had what he described as common struggles.
Kid that's ADD and then they're getting picked on, you know, they're going to act out and stuff, so.
He left Sapulpa Public Schools for Mississippi. He wanted to go.
I didn't know what was wrong with me, you know. Everybody was saying there's these things wrong with me, you know, and stuff, so I just wanted it better for myself.
But Moody's nightmare began on day one for bringing the wrong Bible.
They actually strung me up to a tree and they whipped me for having a New King James Version Bible. I remember it left blood blisters all over my belly, my genitals, my back and stuff, and that's when I really realized, that's the very first day, that something was seriously wrong, that I had messed up making the decision to go here, you know.
For 2 years and little schooling, Moody's days consisted of intense exercise, like running 8 miles a day, and severe physical abuse, waterboarding, and drownings, once he said for going fishing.
He ended up pushing me in the water and held me under the water until I, you know.
For fishing?
I guess, for being a child.
Telling his parents was not an option.
If you wrote a letter and it said anything like that, it was going to get sent through, and the phone calls were monitored.
Moody eventually came back to Sapulpa, but due to a family tragedy and immense trauma, he stayed silent.
I tried to tell people, but the stories were so outlandish and stuff that nobody believed them.
He stayed silent for 20 years, didn't even Google a thing about it until 2 years ago, and he realized there was a community of survivors. He's now sharing his story to increase awareness and push for more oversight.
There's more oversight in a barbershop than there is in one of these facilities.
Bethel Boys Academy has since shut down, but to this day there is very little regulation in many states when it comes to these schools. For now, it's up to parents to do their own research before sending their children away. I reached out to Oklahoma Human Services and the State Department of Education. DHS said the agency is responsible for licensing some of the facilities, but that there are a lot of exemptions. And DHS mainly licenses facilities with children under DHS supervision. Department of Education said accreditation for these types of facilities is optional and they do not oversee them.